Okay, so I'm here with Bob Anderson, the interim general manager at the Spring Hill Suites by Marriott in downtown Salt Lake City. And Bob, let's just go ahead and fire off these questions. So the first one is, as an interim general manager, how do hotels who are in need of an interim general managers know to hire you?
They don't. It's usually going through whoever the owner is, Matt, and that can vary from property to property on structure. With the company that we're at right now, the general manager left, and I'm kind of the regional for the company, and I just go in until we can find a permanent general manager to take over this hotel.
Okay, perfect. So next one is, do you always work as an interim general manager, or is this like the first time?
No, I've worked at other companies, and sometimes you have to go in and your job is to release the general manager who's at the property already, and then you'll step in as the regional until and be the acting general manager of that hotel until a replacement is filled.
Okay.
You could be that. I could be that replacement. If I like the area, then I might stay and tell them I'll give up my regional to be at that property.
Okay, cool. So the next question is, how did you go from working for maybe a specific hotel where you always are as kind of doing your own freelance interim general manager job?
Well, you had during the business, because I've been in the business for 27 years, it all depends on how many contacts you've made.
Oh, okay.
And some of the time your contacts are banks that have now taken over the hotels, and they're looking for a new management company to come in, and they'll call you up and say, would you be interested in running our hotel until we find new ownership?
Okay. So what made you decide to make that switch?
I guess to have more freedom. I mean, just for me, more freedom, less of corporate over me. I make my own decisions on who I want to work for and when I want to work, and it all goes into what benefits they're going to offer me at that hotel, or and the length of stay, or the place that I want to go to, or a friend that I want to help. So there's a lot of factors that go into, like right now, I'm working for the Protel Group. Okay, but I also have things on the sides. I still work for my old company, PLC, doing their monthly statements for them. I also have two guys that are investors that are having me always looking for hotels for them to purchase, Matt.
Okay.
And I get if they do buy them hotels, then I get a percent of the kickback on it too. So I have many things in the stream.
Okay, that's awesome. So I guess kind of two follow-up questions. One is, who would you say that your employer is?
My employer is right now the Protel Group.
Okay. And then how long are the periods of time where you are filling in as an interim general manager?
It varies. I could be here for a year. I could be here for a month more, 2 months. You just never know. We're always looking for the right candidate for this hotel. I could all of a sudden turn the tables and say, I want to be here at Salt Lake City, and tell him that I just want to be the general manager here.
Okay.
Highly unlikely, but because there are places that I'm basically based out of Minneapolis, and I enjoy living in Minneapolis.
Yeah.
So right now I'm not looking because of family and stuff. I'm not looking to move.
Okay, perfect. So what do you like about being an interim general manager?
Well, you come in and you kind of analyze the property and see where you can go. Really, as an interim general manager, you're here to just stabilize it. make sure everything's stable, improve the areas that you see are deficient. But basically you're working for the owner, and he knows what's wrong with the property, and he gives you, as well as listen to you, your opinion, but he gives you a set of directions that he wants you to maintain. And like at this property, it was GSS scores.
Okay.
And 2, it was financials.
Okay.
This hotel was not. This hotel was doing very well at occupancy and everything, but it wasn't bringing the money to the bottom line.
Okay.
So,
all right, and then kind of the inverse of that. What don't you like about being an interim general manager?
you're away from home all the time.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, sorry, but that, and you start. I guess the hardest thing about being an interim is, no one. I think it's more hard on the employees than me, because the employees are waiting for, is he going to stay or is he not? I think it's harder on the employees than anything else, because they're looking for that permanent person, and what they're going to be like, instead of what my things are. But it's very hard. It's not the easiest thing to do, but I think it's harder on the employees than me.
Okay. All right, and then last one. What advice would you give to students who are looking to become general managers of hotels?
Go to the next building over. It's not going to be a fast process. It's not a great. The more years you put in, then the better the pay they get. You have to work for the big companies to get all the great benefits. If you go into like a company like Protel, the insurance is going to cost you more. Probably not a 401k. So a lot of times you have to do that yourself and learn the financials of, okay, I need to get a 401k myself. I need to shop around for health insurance, because it could be costly at a smaller hotel company.
Okay.
The cost. You go to a Marriott company, more benefits, more perks, more everything.
Yeah.
Because you're a franchisee of Marriott doesn't mean you get all the perks of Marriott. Okay, you don't get Marriott 401k, you don't get Marriott Health, you don't get vision, dental. So when you're in the hotel business, you have to really watch going from. You want to go to a pretty good sized company. That means your career will go maybe a little faster than at a small company.
Okay.
So it all depends, and you better learn to be very flexible and work. If you want to be a general manager at a full service hotel, which I've been, you need to work all the areas of the hotel. Don't concern yourself, I'm going to just be a rooms person or an F&B person. Very rarely they want a person that has a well-rounded experience, and 2, you need a college degree if you're going to the big hotels. They put full service Hiltons, the full service Marriotts, Westins, that DoubleTree, that kind of stuff. GMs, if you don't have a full service degree, a college degree, a BS, you can write yourself off. Now, a smaller hotel like this, you could probably become a GM without a degree, but it's going to take you a lot longer because people look at degrees.
Gotcha. Well, thank you so much for your time.
You're welcome.
I'll go ahead and get this saved.